Hello, welcome to Maths class. Today let us learn the types of sets of chapter sets. What are the different types of sets? Let us learn. Your first one is, what is a finite set? Finite set means a set having countable number of elements is called a finite set. A set having countable number of elements means we can count the number of elements present in the set. That is said to be a finite set. Let me give you an example. Suppose set A is having elements A, E, I, O, U. We can count how many elements are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. Okay. And your second type of set is infinite set. The name itself shows us a set having uncountable number of elements. That means infinite number of elements. Uncountable elements, number of uncountable. Set having countable element or countable number of elements. Okay, where we can count. And a set having uncountable number of elements is called an infinite set. Let me give you an example. Set B is having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, dash, 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 dash. That means all the natural numbers are there in this set. That means here we cannot count how many elements are there in set B. So this is said to be an infinite set. And your third set is singleton set. The name itself is saying us single means one. A set having only one element is called a singleton set. Let me give you an example. Set C is having only element P. So P is the only element of set C. So this is said to be a singleton set. And your next one is null set. Null set or empty set, both are same. Empty or null means a set having no element. Set having no element means set is completely empty. That can be written as, let me name the set as D. D is empty set. No element is there. Empty set can be represented either this or like this. Okay. Now let us go into learn about some more types of sets. So let me explain you what are equal sets. Sets having the same elements are said to be equal sets. Two or more sets, sets having the same elements are said to be equal sets. Okay. Suppose set P is having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and set Q is having the natural numbers less than 6. Natural numbers less than 6. We know that the natural numbers less than 6 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 only. So P is equal to Q. That means both the sets are having the same elements. Your next kind is equivalent sets. What are equivalent sets? Equivalent means same number of elements. Sets having, that means two or more sets having the same number of elements. The same number of elements are known as equivalent sets. Okay. Suppose set X is having A, B, C. Set Y is having 1, 2, 3. We can see X is having 1, 2, 3 elements. Y is having 3 elements. Therefore, X and Y are equivalent sets. This is the sign for equivalent. Okay. Next, we are going to learn about what are overlapping sets. Overlapping sets means sets having some common elements are said to be overlapping sets. Sets having one or more common elements. One or more common elements are said to be overlapping sets. Let me give you set A is having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and set B is having 5, 6, 7, 8. We can see set A is having element 5, set B is also having element 5. So there is one element in common. So these two sets are said to be overlapping sets. A and B are overlapping sets, and also they are said to be joint sets also. They are otherwise known as joint sets. Overlapping sets are otherwise known as joint sets. And one more thing you are going to learn here is what are these joint sets. If these are joint sets, what are these joint sets? Let me explain you. This joint means there is no common element. Okay, two or more sets. Sets having no common element are known as no common element or elements are known as disjoint sets. Let me give you an example. P is having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Q is having 10, 20, 30. We can see there is no common element in sets P and Q. Therefore, P and Q are disjoint sets. P and Q are. Now let us learn what is a universal set. Okay, a set which contains the elements of a set which contains all the elements of the sets under consideration is called a universal set. Let me explain you clearly. Universal set we represent as U or like this. Suppose let me give you universal set is having the elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 up to 20. Okay. And suppose set A is having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Set B is having 5, 10, 15, 20. Set C is having 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. We can see that all the elements of set A, set B, set C are present in this set. So that is what is a set which contains all the elements of the sets under consideration is called the universal set. Now let me explain you what is a subset, and let me explain you about subset here itself. Okay, we can say that here A is subset of universal set. That means A is subset of universal set. That means every element of A is present in universal set. Subset means every element of set A is in universal set. That's why A is subset of universal set. And sometimes if the number of elements of A and number of elements of other sets, let me tell you or let me explain you by giving one more example what is subset and what is proper subset. Okay, what is subset and what is proper subset. Subset may be number of elements of A may be equal to, let me explain you with one more example. Suppose A is having A, B, C, D, E, F. B is having A, C, E. D is having B, D, F. And the set P is having A, C, E. Okay. With these four sets, let me explain you clearly what is subset and what is proper subset and all. Okay. Here we can see A, B, C, D, E, F. A is having, B is having A, C, E. Every element of B, every element of set B is in set A. Therefore, B is subset of A. Let me represent this as B is subset of A. And now, same way, every element of D, B, D, F is also there. D is also subset of A. But we can see B and P, we can see every element of B is in P, every element of P is in B. Every element of B is in P and vice versa. That means every element of P is also in B. In that case, B is proper subset of P, we can say, and also B is equal to P. Okay, I hope with this you understood about the different types of sets, what is universal set, what is subset and all. Thank you.